Hello, this is Codevang, and today we will be finishing the game along with all the achievements. However, before we do that, let's talk a little bit about the DLC. So, the DLC consists of 3 extra zones. They are accessible from the depths, so the same way that we access Tower of Trials and the other depths maps, and those 3 additional zones are Fiery Oblivion, Celestial Ice Prison and Eternal Abyss. In order to complete one of those maps, so in this case we are in Fiery Oblivion, we need to get in there, find 2 bosses, defeat them, get a vestige from each one of them, and then open the main door. So first, let's go and kill the first boss over here. The fights with the mini bosses are not difficult. So just to save your time, we're gonna skip to the end. And the mini boss is down. This is the second boss of this area that we need to defeat. Essentially, each area plays out the same way. You go in, find 2 bosses, 2 mini bosses, you defeat them, you get the vestiges, then you open the door to the main boss, and then you kill the main boss. There is one extra mechanic related to the big boss of each area, and it's challenges. So those are certain conditions that you need to fulfill in the course of a fight to get something extra, like additional skin for your partner, or extra weapons, extra skill for yourself, or you know, even part of a blood code. With the second mini boss down, we can go to the big boy. So we're gonna open the door. Now, this is something that I really want to show you. So when I was fighting this boss with the previous build, I had a little bit of a problem, so I started to research build, and I found builds that actually deal a lot of damage with one shot. So I will let you watch this and yeah, enjoy. Look at this damage. This is with one shot, and it requires a lot of buffing. It is also possible to get almost 100,000 damage with one shot, but we can talk a little bit more about it later on. With our first horror down, we can move on to another zone. So, Celestial Ice Prison, the story is pretty much the same. We're gonna go to the first mini boss, we're gonna defeat him, and then we are gonna get the vestige which is needed to open the door. We quickly take down this guy, and then we move on. Second mini boss in this area is the Argent Wolf Berserker, who's, you know, kind of an easy boss, especially because he can be backstabbed. The only problem here are the Sunken Fools, I think they're called, so the turrets that constantly shoot at us. However, still the fight is quite easy anyway. If you have range capacity, you may want to get rid of the turrets that constantly shoot at us. However, they're not hugely annoying, and with the Wolf Berserker down, the turrets will disappear anyway. Now we can open the door and meet the boss of this area. Here we're gonna change our build to the one-shot build. It's not technically a one-shot build, mainly because I didn't upgrade all my weapons and armor as required. However, we've put in the fire cartridge for some extra damage and just started pounding. Nice. Now it's time for the last zone. First mini boss of this zone is actually, 3 tough enemies. However, this fight is not terribly difficult, so you should be definitely able to win it. Then mini boss number 2, basically the same story. And with both vestiges in our possession, we can open the door and meet the third boss.
It's time to settle this.
This boss, in my opinion, is the easiest one. I didn't even have to switch to a big damage build in order to defeat this one. Once you get an understanding of the attack patterns, they are not terribly difficult to understand. The fight is rather easy. As you meet certain criteria, the trials pop out during the fights with the bosses. We will not be covering them in details over here, but I encourage you to have a look when you go into DLC and learn for yourself which ones you want to do or you may be interested in doing. This fight is relatively straightforward, so we're gonna skip to the end. And that's a last boss and the whole DLC done. Okay, so with this, let's talk about different endings. The ending that we completed is called Dweller in the Dark, and we have actually 3 more endings to do. The first one that we are going to start with will be the one that is considered the bad ending of the game, which is called the haze. In order to achieve this ending, we cannot save any of the successors, which essentially means that during the dream or memory sequence, we are not restoring their memories, we are leaving through the door without talking to them. Or you can just skip the memory and it will basically have the same result. And as a reward, we will get a new blood code.
Please.
Your suffering is over.
So, the source of the blood beads is just through that gate. And waiting on the other side will be someone I know.
You want us to wait?
Come on.
Next successor is Nicola, who's Mia's brother. We will give him few love taps and then start his memory sequence.
Today turned out rather well.
Of course, make sure not to talk to him, because this will restore his memory, so we want to leave.
Thank you, Nicola, for everything. I really don't know how I can repay you for all that you've done. I owe you so much. Everything, really. And yet, I have nothing to give you in return.
To be honest, I was hoping you'd come along with us, but...
The kid gave you life. How you want to spend it is up to you.
You agree, right?
Nicola gave me life. There are still other successors out there. People like you, fighting against themselves in order to survive. It would be a mistake for me to stop now. Isn't that right, Nicola? I'll come back for you, little brother.
Very nice.
Next successor is Emily, who's Giacomo's friend, so we will do the same thing. Defeat her and then leave during her memory sequence.
Emily. You okay? Yeah. If I slow down now, she'll give me a real earful. You've got me in your pocket now. You're already carrying a lot on your shoulders. Let me help take some of the load, okay? Well, time to move. Come on, let's get going. Just you wait. I swear I'll make that bastard pay for what he's done.
And finally we will fight Eva, who's Jack's girlfriend, I believe, and we are going to give her the same treatment.
They turned out rather well.
Right. I'm gonna go after Mito. Wait. How do you even know where he is? He's performed countless experiments on the relics. And now, he's stolen the ones inside Eva. I think I know what his plan is. Reviving the Queen.
Last blood code can be found where we defeated the first successor. Make sure to pick it up. Now I would like you to look at this.
Looks like it's finished.
I found this build online and I love it.
Good idea.
If you're playing on regular difficulty, it one-shots every boss. It requires a little bit of buffing beforehand, however, it's amazing. I mean, look at this.
Hope you're ready. You can't take much more, can you? Whoa, what are you? Stop! You can't!
Amazing.
His miasmas.
No! This is the Queen's miasma.
No, it can't be. Not the Queen.
Why? Why are they...
Don't worry. I won't let you suffer in vain.
Leave this to me.
Rest well.
Now we are going to do the good ending, which is not the best ending of the game. What this requires you to do is basically go through the game and save every successor. The only thing that we are not doing as compared to the best ending is we are not restoring the vestiges at the last attendant before fighting the final boss. I think the cutscene that we're getting for this ending is basically the same as the one for the true or the best ending of the game. So in this regard, nothing really changes. However, it is a hidden ending that's required to get the achievement Determiner of Fate. Because the cutscene here will be the same as the one for true ending, we don't need to watch it. And we can talk about something else, which is the neutral ending. So in order to get this ending, what we need to do is save at least one successor. So just pick one that you like the best, or which is the easiest to save. And what we need to do is get all the vestiges before we fight the successor. And then after the successor is defeated, we have to restore his or her memory. Once this is done, you can progress through the game as normal or as fast as you can, fight the final boss, and then get the neutral ending.
Don't have a lot of time. Hey, kid, can you handle this?
The relics that Silva once held. The powers that you have inherited from them are now, by your will, bound to your flesh, and Vane sleeps again, for what might be called forever. Thirst creates dread. Revenants desperately fight ever larger numbers of the lost, for what few blood beads they can find. But for now, please, rest peacefully. Until the time of your awakening comes once again. Don't worry. I will always be with you.
Before we talk about the last 2 achievements, let's review everything that we got so far. So, from the bottom, drink deep. Successfully use a special drain from a parry, back attack or launch attack. We did use backstabs quite a lot, so we should have it. I mean, you should have it, and if you don't, just go and backstab somebody. Together until oblivion. So we need to listen to partner's conversation 50 times while exploring. If you don't have it, make sure that the partner chatter is on in the game options. Oliver Collins is story related, so that's okay. Equip every weapon type. It's self-explanatory and we should have enough weapons. Execute a communal gift. So this requires you to equip a communal gift with the partner that you are currently partnering with, and then basically use this skill. Butterfly of Delirium, story related, so it cannot be really missed. Louis's and Coco's memories. We did all the vestiges and all the memories, so those and also Yakumo's, they should pop up for us. Invading Executioner, story related. Despot, story related. Building trust, we need to give a desired valuable to a friend. I think in this case we need to give one of our partners a gift that they like. In this case, the best option is, for example, to give Yakumo aged brandy, and it should pop out for you. Davis's memories, we did. Learn 50 gifts. That's basically easy peasy. You can do it, and if not, just go and grind some haze and then buy memories. Queen's Knight, story related, we did it. Unlock the ability to inherit 50 gifts. So we should have it as well. If you don't, then the only thing that you have to do is basically level up 50 gifts, which means that you have to defeat enemies while you have those gifts equipped, or use awakes to do it. Equip every blood veil type. It's the same as with the weapons. We should have all the types, so just go and equip them. Successor of the Ribcage, story related. EOS memories, we did. Successor of the Breast, story related. Gilded Hunter, same. Mia's memories, we did. Successor of the Claw and Throat, story related, so we did this. Marasames, we did. Memories. Blade Bearer and Cannoneer and Yuzomido, story related, so we did this. Queen's Knight Reborn as well. Miasma Manager, so you need to activate all missiles. I believe we did activate all of them, so this should pop out for you as well. Restore all vestiges, we did that. Otherwise we wouldn't have all the blood codes. Proven Devotion, receive 30 presents from friends. If I remember correctly, what you have to do for this is, if you are traveling with a partner and you give them few gifts, they will give you gifts in return, so they will be claimable at the missile. You should be able to get 30 without a problem. Skull King, so to defeat Skull King, that's story related, so no problem. To Eternity ending, that's one of the endings that we did. Upgrade a weapon to its maximum level, we did that, and you should have enough materials to do it. Same applies to the Blood Veil. Learn 150 gifts, that shouldn't be a problem. because of the amount of blood codes that we have. If you don't have 150 gifts, just go and get some haze and then just learn the gifts. Should be easy peasy. Explore every part of the depths. With the playthrough that we did, we should have all of the maps. So if you are following the playthrough, you should get this achievement. Dweller in the Dark is one of the endings that we did. So yeah, you should have it as well. Weaver of Wills, collect every blood code. So with the last one being Demeter that we were missing, this should pop out for you. Haze is the ending that we did, and then the Terminer of Fate basically requires you to view every ending, of which there are 4. Now, last 2 will be Exalted Reputation, which requires you to raise your reputation as a companion to rank 30, and then the final achievement, which basically means that you need to have all the other achievements. Exalted Reputation requires you to get 400 marks of honor in order to reach rank 30. There are a couple of options that you can do in order to get enough marks of honor. The first one is just to play with friends. The other one is to try to look for distress signal and aid other people. And the third one, which many people say is the fastest one, is just to do the tower trials. And that's what I did. It is a little bit time consuming, however it's not that long as you would expect, so overall it turned out okay. And with a little bit of grinding I got all of my marks of honor. Initially I just wanted to show you how to finish the game, however it ended up being 100% playthrough. So with this, congratulations, you officially completed all the achievements for Code Vein.
Nice.
Well done. From my side, I had a lot of fun playing, and even more with one-shot build. It is amazing and quite satisfying. If you made it that far, thanks very much for watching. It means a lot. I really hope you enjoyed and you learned something. I'm sure I did learn a lot about this game. I'm not yet sure what will be a next playthrough, but yeah, leave it with me. I'm sure I will come out with something. Again, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.